I'm very inspired by the performances and the actors, and I was always fascinated by just the whole package, it wasn't just like I want to be a photographer. Working with actors is something I love. I work with actors when I'm a cinematographer as well. When I talk to actors, I remember every operator I ever worked with because it's the first human eye contact I make when it takes over, when I look up, and there's a special communication, So working with actors for me also comes natural because I'm always on camera, around camera. And the directors I work with, like Alexander, is also not a video village guy. He's on an Apple box next to the camera, next to the lens, that little magic intimate triangle, actor, cameraman. That's really where things happen, no matter how big the rest of the circus is. If you're doing Indiana Jones, it's still like you're dealing with Harrison, Phoebe. The magic happens really in this very direct connection. I also have been super fortunate to work with directors that I think are great. Like I've done 5 films with Alexander Payne, maybe 7 with James Mangold. The styles are quite different. So from Alexander, I've definitely learned things about the economy of storytelling, the simplicity of shots, and then from Mangold, get coverage, I've always thought of myself not so specifically as a cinematographer. People ask me, where do you prefer, directing or shooting? And I always go, like, filmmakers. We're telling a story. As I directed movies later on, I've definitely learned that's the complete process. You get to edit, which I love. You get to work with a composer, which I love. The process of working on the edit, I think, really has helped me as a cinematographer also. When you design a shot, how is it actually going to play? How is it going to be used? Where's the sweet spot of the shot? I'm doing this big crane shot, but it's really taking up a quarter of the scene. Is that really going to be used? We understand the shots and how they're going to function. We always evaluate. Let's move after this line because this is probably where this push-in is going to play. And you put the scene together in your head. It's a marathon, Always I tell young filmmakers, I know you all want to work on bigger movies and work in Hollywood, but you have incredible creative freedom often by being able to have such flexibility to react and be instinctive. And you can't really do that on a big movie. I love that it's never the same. I hate routine. I was traumatized by routine in school. I remember they said, enjoy these years, wait till you're out in the real world and working. I go, once I'm out of here, it's going to be great. But it was a lifestyle choice and it turned out to be the right choice, I think.